Good morning, students. In today's lecture, I will explain The Seven Ages of Man by William Shakespeare. Now, the poem basically is an extract taken from Shakespeare's well known comedy As You Like It. Now, even the play, even this comedy As You Like It, has been prescribed in our course. Afterwards, we shall do detailed analysis of this text, but right now, in this lecture, I will be talking about this extract, The Seven Ages of Man. Now, this extract basically this is a dialogue, and this has been uttered by Jax, the philosopher. Now, Jax is a character in this comedy As You Like It, and this whole poem, The Seven Ages of Man, is actually a dialogue uttered by Jax in order to console the Duke Senior and other courtiers that trials and tribulations are part of life. So, what happens is that Duke Senior complains about the miseries, about the unhappiness, about the sorrowful life in the forest of Arden. So, in order to console him, Jax tells this whole dialogue, this poem, in order to console them. And in this dialogue, he compares the world to a stage where the drama of life occurs. Now, if we read the poem, the very first part, Shakespeare says, all the world is a stage, and all the men and women merely players. They have their exits and entrances, and one man in his time plays many parts. All the world is a stage. Now, here Shakespeare has used metaphor. Metaphor is comparison between two different things. Now, the world has been compared to a stage. He says that this world is similar like a theatrical stage. All the men and women are merely players. What men and women have to do? They are basically termed as players or as actors. Like in a stage performance, actors, they just come into the stage and they play their part, whatever role is assigned to them. So, similarly, even human beings, we come into this world, we enter into this world, we play our part, and then we depart. They have their exits and entrances. Exit and entrance, again opposites. Shakespeare has used antithesis, the literary device antithesis. Antithesis is opposites. Exit and entrance, they both are opposite terms, so he has used antithesis. And one man in his time plays many parts. So they come into this world. Humans, they come into the world, they play their parts, they leave it. Now, a person has to perform different parts in the life. His roles and responsibilities change according to the stages of life. Now, the first stage, if we talk about the first stage, that is of an infant. If we read the next lines, his acts being seven ages, at first the infant. Now, the first stage is that of an infant. Infant is Navjat. Okay, Navjat Shishu kam infant bolte hain. Mewling and puking in the nurse's arms. Now, mewling means to cry, and puking means to vomit. Okay, in the nurse's arms. Nurses is caretaker हो सकती है, nurse mother हो सकती है, nurse. Okay, so the first stage is that of an infant. We enter into this world as an infant. We are totally dependent on caretakers and mothers, because an infant can't take care of itself. So he is dependent on his mother, on the caretakers. Now, infants, of course, they are oblivious to the surroundings. They merely just puke, they just cry hold of the time. So these are the activities of an infant, and they are only limited to these basic things. Then the whining schoolboy. Whining means to complain. Okay, with his satial and shining morning face, creeping like snail unwillingly to school. So the first stage is clear, it is that of an infant. Second stage is that of a schoolboy. Okay, so whining, I've told you, is to complain. Now he complains over little things. Satial means bag. Okay, it could be school bag. could stand for a school bag. Now, the school boy, he complains over little things. He goes to school with the satchel or with the bag hanging over his shoulders. He- Now, the implication is that a school boy, he doesn't like to go to school, and therefore he creeps like a snail. Now, a snail is a creature which moves very slowly. So, because he is not interested in going to school, therefore Shakespeare has used the term creeping like snail. Okay, like snail. Now, here again, there is a comparison, and you know that in simile, words such as like and as are used in order to compare two different things. So, here Shakespeare has compared the schoolboy to a snail, or maybe you could say going schoolboy and the going school to a snail. Sorry. Now, in this stage, a person or a schoolboy, he has a shining face, now which could stand for, it is devoid of wrinkles caused by stress and worries. If you are a child, you are not a worried lot. You are not worried about small little things of life. That's why he has a shining face. He is only concerned, a child is only concerned about eating and playing. So, this stage is indeed the happiest of all the stages, where you don't have to take responsibilities and you just roam freely around. Okay, so the second stage है स्कूल बॉय की स्टेज है. इस स्टेज पे जो बच्चा होता है उसकी ये एक्टिविटी बेसिकली हाईलाइट करी है शेक्सपियर ने कि उसे स्कूल जाना पसंद नहीं होता, और स्कूल जाने बहुत ही धीरे, जैसे कि स्नेल की स्पीड होती है उस स्पीड से बहुत ही धीरे धीरे वो स्कूल जाता है, क्योंकि वो इंटरेस्टेड नहीं होता है. Now, the third stage, and then the lover, sighing like furnace, with a woeful ballad made to his mistress' eyebrow. Now, in this third stage, the whining schoolboy changes to a lover. Now, the lover sighs like a furnace with a woeful ballad. Now, woeful का मतलब होता है gloomy या फिर sorrowful. Now, यहाँ पे woeful ballad क्यों लिख रखा है? Because perhaps his love has not been reciprocated, and the result is a heavy hearted man trying to impress his beloved by writing these sad ballads. Now, जो थर्ड स्टेज है वो एक लवर की स्टेज है. शेक्सपियर के टाइम में इट वॉज यू कुड से इट वॉज अ जनरल एक्टिविटी इन ऑर्डर टू प्लीज योर लवर, not to please the beloved. A person used to write these love songs so that the girl, or so that the mistress would be impressed. So the third stage was that of a lover. Now, fourth stage is of soldier. Then a soldier, full of strange oaths and bearded like the pard, jealous in honor, sudden and quick in quarrel, seeking the bubble reputation even in the cannon's mouth. Now, the fourth stage transforms a lover into a soldier who always seek honor and reputation. A soldier is full of strange oaths. Now he is bearded like the leopard. Pard means leopard. Okay, so he has beard like that of a leopard. He never hesitate to risk his life in order to get name and fame, and if even if could bring him transient reputation और momentary fame. bubble reputation को बोला हुआ है transient fame. पल भर की reputation के लिए भी वो कुछ भी कर सकता है, कुछ भी कर जाता है. So he will even jump into cannon's mouth, or you could say he will even stand before a cannon if it could bring him momentary name and fame. So, what actually at this stage, usually an individual is warm blooded and he is passionate. He is always ready to engage in fights and quarrels. Shakespeare says that he is sudden, picks up quarrel very quickly, he is quick in everything. So, in this stage, that of a soldier, he just want name and fame in life. Fifth stage is of justice. Then the justice, in fair round belly, with good capon lined, with eyes severe and beard of formal cut. full of wise saws and modern instances, and so he plays his part. Now, the fifth stage has turned him into a mature and experienced person who knows all the difficulties and pains because he has gained experience. That's why he knows about all the trials of life. He becomes fat in fair round belly. He becomes fat. Now you have to assume that now the person has become fat with good Capen line. A good Capen line is it means to take bribe. Okay, it means one bribed with the present of a fat chicken. Now maybe because of other works he accepts bribe. He accept bribes from other person with eyes severe and beard of formal cut. His appearance is described as severe, as like he says, with eyes severe. Wise saws saws. Now this word means maxim. Saws means maxim or proverb. He's full of wise saws. That is, experience has taught him wise saws, and so he teaches his, even preaches to other. He tells other people about his experiences of life. His eyes, his appearance, it suggests about his stern nature. He is always ready to instruct and guide others. Modern instances, and so he plays his part. So this is the duty, or you could say this the justice, or you could say the in the fifth stage, a person becomes mature. He becomes fat. He becomes modern. He becomes, or you could say, he knows, he even takes bribes. So these all are the characteristics of the fifth stage. Now, sixth stage is that of an old age. The sixth age shifts into the lean and slippered pantaloon with spectacles on nose and pouch on side. His youthful hose well saved, a world too wide for his shrunk shank, and his big manly voice turning again towards childish tremble, pipes and whistles in his sum. Now here, youthful hose. Now hose is a type of a garment. You could say it is a close fitting garment which covers your legs and your waist. Shrunk shank. Okay, now this means shrinking of your muscles due to old age. Now this, in the sixth stage of life, he becomes old. He becomes lean. He becomes thin and he becomes weak. Okay. He wears, you could imagine any old person and about his, if you look at that old person, you could easily notice that he wears spectacles. He is very thin and he wears these slippers. He wears spectacles, and he even carries pouch. He wears clothes of his youth which are loose for his body. यूथफुल होस वेल सेव. सो जो कपड़े पहनता है वो उसके यूथ के कपड़े, पहले के टाइम के जो कपड़े जो अब उसको फिट भी नहीं होते हैं, उन कपड़ों में वो काफ़ी अजीब लगता है क्योंकि ये जो कपड़े उसकी बॉडी के हिसाब से फिट नहीं होते हैं, काफ़ी ढीले कपड़े हो जाते हैं क्योंकि अब उसकी जो फॉर श्रंक शैंक, अब उसकी जो बॉडी है वो काफ़ी पतली हो चुकी है, वो काफ़ी पतला हो चुका है. सो दैट्स वाई ये जो टर्म है श्रंक शैंक, बिकॉज ऑफ दिस, बिकॉज ऑफ ओल्ड एज, his clothes didn't fit properly. Now, of course, these are signs of old age. Now, the quick and sudden temper of soldier, now it is changed. His voice becomes thin, it becomes childish, and it even whistles. Seventh stage is considered as the second childishness. Last scene of all that ends this strange, eventful history is second childishness and mere oblivion. Sans teeth, sans eyes, sans taste, sans everything. Oblivion means forgetfulness. Sans का मतलब है without. Okay. So the last stage is that of an extremely old person, again dependent on the family. He has lost his teeth, he has lost the smell, he has lost everything, and now such person just awaits death. Now, the last stage has been called second childishness. Why? Because a person often behaves like a child. Now, this stage puts an end to the drama. Second childishness is the last stage of a person's life. He forgets everyone and everything. Okay, so the poem beautifully depicts the drama of life and an individual's role in the different stages. That's all for today. Thank you.